Ox Hare presents, in association with True Story FM, the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society. Today's episode, Old Flames, New Fights.
Say what you will about Deuteronomy, but they certainly have no trouble in the hiring department.
With so many forced out of their jobs, I am not surprised. Loads of young men with too much time on their hands and large chips on their shoulders. Even the possibility of money and power can be entrancing.
Good thing they can't hire anyone of quality, or we might be in real trouble. I think that's the last of them.
Looks like I'm late to the party.
Oh, zut alors! Equity, is that really you?
In the flesh, Mademoiselle Liberté.
It's Madame now.
How's about that? Somebody finally fitted you for a bridal.
May I introduce you to my much better half, Madame Égalité. This is the famed American hero, Equity Electric.
Pleased to meet you.
You married an American? As I live and breathe. I always figured you'd end up with some hunk from the South Seas. Or what was that gambler from Monte Carlo you were flirting around with? The one with the curves.
I don't think we need to get into all that. The heart wants what it wants, and man belongs to Égalité, for now and forever.
Oh, sure. Didn't want to cause any trouble. There I go, running my big mouth again. It's great to meet you, Égalité. The two of us go way back.
So it seems. What brings you to Massalia, Equity?
Wish I could say it was the salt air. But in truth, I'm tracking smugglers.
Is that so?
Fella calls himself the Red Rapscallion. He's been cherry-picking through shipments up and down the coast, somehow finding all the best stuff. Our friends in the Culper Ring asked me if I'd babysit this batch, make sure they ended up where they were supposed to go.
Our interests seem to align, even if our foes do not.
We're tracking a secret organization who calls themselves Deuteronomy, and they've been up to the same no-good as your Rapscallion. These are their boys lying around.
Looks like you may have missed this one. That truck's driving hell-bent for leather and not stopping at any of the checkpoints. I'm guessing they confiscated my cargo.
Their winding path takes them up the hill. If we run, we can take the direct path and beat them to the top.
Sounds like a plan, but I think I've got a faster way. See you at the apex.
You never told me you had an ex-girlfriend who could fly.
It never came up.
What took you two so long?
We had to run all the way up the mountain.
I'm only fooling. My electro-pack makes it easier to get from place to place. Luckily it did too, as this boy was racing to beat the devil.
Any of them left awake to interrogate?
No need. I got the info out of him while I was waiting for you. Then he got all handsy and I needed to give him a few volts.
Huh. How about that?
What have you learned?
They've been taking the stolen cargo to an abandoned vineyard just up the coast.
Just when the world needs all the wine it can get.
You said it. They were supposed to meet up with their fellows, break down the cargo, and get it wherever it needed to go, I expect.
You expect?
He's just a low-level stooge. He didn't know what happened to the stuff any more than the milkman knows if you're eating cake or cookies with his wares. You get me?
Sure. Madame Liberté, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Excuse us, Equity.
Take your time. It's not like stolen goods are making their way into the wrong hands or anything.
What is it, my dear?
Are you buying this?
Buying what?
The story she's spinning. It just so happens that an American superheroine shows up at the same dock at the same time as us.
She was tracking the same ne'er-do-wells from the other side.
And she got all the info out of the mug and knocked him out cold before we could ask any questions.
Equity is quite efficient in her methods. Always has been.
Not to mention the fact that she happens to be an old flame of yours.
Ah, now we come to it.
Come to what?
My darling wife, you are jealous.
Me? Jealous? Of her? Please.
You are. Your eyes are positively green with it.
My eyes are always green.
But even more so tonight. Saffron, when we first got together, you know as that I had a past.
I did. We all do.
But not everyone's is quite so colorful as my own. And I have managed to remain cordial with my former paramour.
I know.
But it is you that I married, you to whom I have committed my life, my heart. I may have had a wider variety of experiences than you in the affairs of the heart, but I have always been faithful, just as I am with you.
I know. And I'm not doubting you. You have my heart as I have yours. But there's something about her that's off.
Perhaps it is that you two are so alike.
That is definitely not it.
Come with me. Take my hand and open your mind. Given time, you will come to see what I saw in her, and vice versa.
Yes, of course, Zinnia. Lead the way.
Lovers spat over?
It wasn't a lover's spat.
We had some other business that needed to be discussed. Now, what is the plan?
The way I figure it, the three of us running in guns a-blazing, that'll spook them and send them running for the hills. We gotta play it smarter.
Stealthy approach. I like it.
Uncle Sam didn't hire me for my looks. Well, not just for my looks. They're expecting a shipment, so we make it. Egalite, you finish the run while Liberté and I check out the lay of the land.
So I go undercover alone while the two of you go running around in the dark together.
If you don't think you can handle it.
It's not that.
Good, then it's settled. You'll need a less flashy outfit. Come on, Liberté, I've got something you're gonna want to see.
If you find yourself in trouble, just send me a signal and nothing will stop me from getting to you. Do you believe me?
Yes, of course.
Good. Courage, dear heart. What do you see?
Couple of sentries, staying out of sight. Doesn't look like they're ready for a fight.
Unfortunate for them, for that is what they are going to get.
Darn right. Hey, did I ever thank you for what you did for me in the States?
No, but there is still time.
Ha! Well then, thank you, madam.
You can thank me properly by never forcing me to visit Mississippi again.
You got yourself a deal.
That was the last time I heard from you. Before the unpleasantness.
Yeah, what a time that was. Everything work out with you and yours?
Even a bloodless coup still leaves scars. But we persevere.
I gotta ask, what's with you being respectable and all?
Marriage does not make one respectable.
Point. But why choose Massalia, to settle down?
Ah, you misunderstand. I am not respectable, nor have I settled down. And I chose this city before they decided to make it their capital.
You were here first, so they gotta go?
Oui, that is the way of it.
You the irresistible force or the unmoving object?
I have been called irresistible, but I like to think of it more as the water that carves the canyon. Sustained force over time can lay mountains low. And I'm hardly alone.
Ah, yes, the little woman. She doesn't like me.
She doesn't know you like I do.
I'm not much for first impressions. Or second impressions, for that matter.
You are an acquired taste for sure. She will come to see you as I see you.
And how's that?
You are a brave woman, but not foolish. You appear to rush into danger, but I know you always have a plan. You calculate, weigh odds, and then make your move. You are the weather vane. You know which way the wind blows.
Wow. But it's been years. You think you know me so well.
The leopard, she does not change her spots. You still wear this ridiculous rig.
I'll have you know that Mr. Edison made this suit especially for me.
You rely too much on your gadgetry. What happens when your battery runs dry? Then how will you defend yourself?
Self-recharging, sweetheart. This latest version transfers kinetic into electric direct current only, of course.
During the unpleasantness, what were you up to?
Heads up, your little lady just arrived. Looks like they let her pass the first checkpoint. Nice work.
She too is more than she appears.
Seems so. Let's sneak closer and see what we can see.
Lead the way.
That's right, move it, you cretins. We only have until sunup to get all this cargo unloaded and recrated, so you'll move your sorry hides or feel the sting of my whip. You there, girl. You were late.
Oh yeah, sorry, boss.
Your apology is not accepted. What happened?
It was the masked ladies, the pretty ones with the swords.
Liberté and, Eagle Eyes.
I think it's Egalite. But yeah, them two. They got the rest of my crew, but I was able to make it here with the stuff.
Well, that's something. Wait, how do you know you weren't followed?
No chance of that, boss. There ain't no one in this whole city that can track, Rita.
Rita?
Yeah, Rita. Most folks call me Razor Rita.
Why?
'Cause I don't like to shave my armpits.
You? I don't remember you. And why are you hiding your face?
Oh yeah, well, I'm new, but I'm eager to help out with the big plan, which I absolutely know in detail.
Hold it right there.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is where your plan ends, Red Rapscallion.
Equity Electric.
I'll thank you to take your villainy far from my city.
And Madame Liberté. Two disrupting dames in my secret lair.
This is your lair? Really? It's kind of sad. I assumed it was just a way station.
Do you know what Rent has become since the Emperor and his family moved to town?
He's right, you know. It has gotten quite out of control. I'm grateful I own my building.
Enough. I'm more than enough man to deal with the likes of you two.
So, you want humiliation instead of just defeat? Fine by me. Liberté, make sure the cargo is safe. I'll handle Red.
Take your best shot, Electric.
Égalité, are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm just glad you two dropped in when you did. I was running out of backstory.
I brought you a change of clothes. More fitting for combat, oui?
Thanks. They already started unloading Equity's precious cargo. Some of the crates are up there on the loading dock, right where they're fighting.
I don't think we need to wait for an invitation to join this dance. Shall we?
Why isn't this working?
I had my suit vulcanized after our last encounter. You only have one trick, Electric, and I have countered it.
How about this one?
Oh, hey, that hurt. You stabbed me. You're carrying swords? What century do you think this is?
A weapon in the hands of a master is deadly, no matter what the era.
Oh, I agree. Too bad for you, I too am a master. But first, here's your friend back.
Hey!
Afraid I might have damaged the merchandise. Ha ha!
How about you?
Equity, are you all right?
Huh? Yeah, he just rattled my cage. Get me out of this broken crate and I'm ready for round 2.
Let me help you up and... oh my.
My whip flies at the speed of sound. Your sword will never be fast enough to beat it.
Hey, how do you spell rapscallion?
That's a common question. It's actually RAPSC. Oh!
Was that necessary? I had him on the ropes.
Sorry, but you need to see this.
See what?
When Red threw her, Equity broke open one of the cases. This is what she was so eager to protect. Do you see?
Rifles? But weapons such as these are banned in Massalia, in all of France. Are you arming the resistance?
Look closer. These are military weapons in a military crate. She wasn't giving them to the rebels. She was smuggling them into the army. His army.
Equity. Are you working for the Emperor?
What can I say? The Six made me a very generous offer.
How can this be? They stand for everything you despise, all that you fought against when we were younger.
I grew up, and I realized I'd rather wrestle with my conscience in a lavish villa on the Amalfi Coast than be pure of heart whilst hiding in a dingy basement.
You're sold out.
Listen to you. Sold out? We won. Get over it. I'm tired of fighting for the little guy. What did it ever get me? Sure, I've had some sleepless nights, but the silk sheets help.
Oh, Equity. You've become a villain.
A villain? Me? You think I'm like him? I work for the most powerful people in the world, the ones who are running all of Europe, and that's not the end.
What do you mean?
You think that'll be enough for them? Business is booming. Soon we'll be taking it on tour, and that means new positions will be opening.
I would never.
No one wants you. I'm talking to your better half, Liberté, Zinnia. It can be like it was, you and I, shoulder to shoulder, fighting the good fight.
There is nothing good in that fight. My wife and I stand against you and those who hold your leash.
I'm sorry it has to be this way.
I extend you this courtesy in light of what has gone before. Go. Leave Massalia. Never return. Spread your evil elsewhere.
And the cargo?
Was lost at sea. Neptune can be quite cruel.
Zinnia.
Madame Liberté. Today, I say goodbye to my friend. When next we meet, we shall be adversaries. Adieu.
Wow.
You can say it.
Say what?
I told you so. You did tell me so, but I didn't listen.
She was your friend. More than your friend. She counted on that fact. Hoped you'd be blinded by your past.
But your eyes so clearly.
It's a gift and a curse. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
I do not understand this world anymore. Sweet Saffron. This time is Tovitopsy. Is this right?
Close enough.
Lovers are now enemies. Families torn asunder. And for what? For money, for power. Nothing makes sense.
Take my hand. This does. Us. Right here.
Yes, my love. You are right. What now? Back home for some quiet crying?
Actually, I was thinking we could take out our frustrations by destroying these weapons and burning the building down.
Oh, yes. This is a much better plan. Allons-y.
Episode 3, Old Flames, New Fights, was written, directed, and edited by Kyle Olson. Our producer and sound designer, plus part-time sultry narrator, is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Starring Amy Shaw as Zinnia, Anastasia Plum as Saffron, Shannon Jelly as Equity Electric, and Justin Kent as the Red Rapscallion. And our interstitial music is Intended Force by Kevin McLeod. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Ox Hare so you won't miss the next thrilling adventure. The Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society is an Ox Hare media production. Old format, new ideas.